Hello, my dear students. I am your professor L.M. Mavintop, Department of English, RTS College, Ranebennur. Today I am going to speak about one of the very important topics in English grammar, that is tense or tenses. Tense is that form of a verb which shows the time, the state of an action or event. According to grammarians, there are only two tenses. One is past tense and another one is present tense. There is no future tense at all. Because past and non-past tense, I mean present tense, they have their own existence. They are created with own words. But in future tense, we can take the help of the modals. They are shall or will. The verb may refer to the four times or four tenses. I mean, tense is nothing but time. The present time, past time, future time. For example, I write a story. The second example, I wrote a story for past tense. Third one is, I shall write a story. The verb write refers to the present time in the very first sentence, so it is in the present tense. In the second sentence, the verb wrote refers to the past time, it is in the past tense. The verb shall write refers to the future time, so it is in the future tense. Kinds of tense or tenses. Each tense can once again be classified into four kinds. They are simple or indefinite, continuous, perfect, perfect continuous. We can say simple present tense, present continuous, present perfect continuous. So also simple past tense, past continuous, past perfect continuous, simple future tense, future continuous, future perfect continuous. Present tense. You study is an example. Only there are two words, you and study. You is subject, study is verb. It is a fine example for simple present tense or present indefinite. The second example, you are studying, that is for present continuous tense. Third is, you have studied for present perfect. You have been studying present perfect continuous. In the very first sentence, that is, it is not clear from the sentence number one whether the action is complete or incomplete. I study or you study, whether it is complete or not. Look at the sentence, it is not clear. Therefore, it is called present indefinite or simple present tense. Second example, you are studying. So here the action is incomplete or continuous. It is not yet finished or completed. It is still continuing in the present time. That is, you are studying. In the third sentence, it shows that the action is mentioned as finished or complete or perfect at the time of speaking. I mean, you have studied the action is completed, perfect at this time. Therefore, it is called present perfect tense. The fourth is you have been studying. That is, it is clear that the action is going on continuously and not completed at this present moment. The process of studying is not completed. It is still going on in the present time. Therefore, it is called present perfect continuous. Suppose you are reading a huge volume, a big book, you know that one. It's not possible for a person to complete the book in a single day. So he is reading, you know that one. We can say, what you are doing? I have been reading Bhagavad Gita. I have been reading the Bible. I have been reading the Quran. Like that. Past tense and its kinds. Just you have seen in the above the very present tense and its kinds. So also in the past tense we have the 4 sub-kinds. They are Sonu wrote a letter. Sonu was writing a letter. Sonu had already written a letter. Sonu had been writing a letter. Look at here. In the first sentence, that is very simple, past, Sonu wrote a letter. And in the second sentence, Sonu was writing a letter. Here starts the confusion among the students between present continuous, past continuous, and the future continuous. As I said, tense is nothing but time. Sonu was writing a letter. When I entered into his room, what Sonu was doing? Sonu was writing a letter. For example, you come to my house and I can say, yesterday one of the students visited my house. By that time, I was shaving. So this is how the continuous in the past time, therefore it is called past continuous. And the third is, that is, Sonu had already written a letter, perfect tense. What is the difference between present and past perfect tense? In the present perfect, perfect at the time of present time. In the past perfect, perfect at the time of past. So we have used here auxiliaries. They are have, had. Have in the present perfect, had in the past perfect. In the fourth sentence, Sonu had been writing a letter. So it is called past perfect continuous tense. In the future tense, we have again here the 4 sub-kinds. One is simple future. Example, Ravi will win award. He will win award. In the beginning, I said there are only 2 tenses. One is past and non-past tense. One is present and past. There is no future tense. But here, according to the old grammarians, we do follow the future tense also. That is with the help of the will or shall models. Ravi will win award. Simple future tense. It's very strange to look at the examples, isn't it? So, you study, the action is not completed. Ravi will win award, will win award. You see, that is maybe, may not be, but it is a future one. Ravi will be winning award. While writing the future continuous sentence, remember carefully, that is, we can add one of the be form, that is be, to the will, you know that one, that is Ravi will be winning award. The process of winning the award in the future time by Ravi is moving, therefore it is called as Ravi will be winning award. Ravi will have one award. Again, perfect, not in the present or the past, but in the future. That is, he will win or he will have one award. So in the fourth, Ravi will have been winning award. So I will give the details in the conclusion, you know that one, how to form the sentences and how the formation of the sentences varied from one tense to another tense. For example, present indefinite tense. First, I will give you affirmative sentence. Look at here. Example, we learn tenses. We is here. That is subject. Learn is here verb. Tenses is object. But I have given the formula in the affirmative sentence, you know, subject plus verb plus s or es with the third person singular number plus object. In the first example, we learn tenses. Here only the subject, verb, object. But in the second example, he waters the plants. Here we have, of course, the subject, verb and object. But he is in the third person singular. Therefore, we have to add s inflection to the main verb, that is water. It is not a noun here, but here verb. He waters the plants. In the second negative sentence, again the formula is, you know, very simple. We have the subject, but here do not the negative form, does not for the third person singular, plus verb and plus object. For example, he does not prepare food, or she does not prepare food. She and he are third person singular. Therefore, we add s inflection or es inflection to the auxiliary helping verb do and a negative form not, and we have the negative sentence that is in the present time. You know that one? He does not prepare food. In the second example, I do not make a noise. We do not make a noise. You do not make a noise. They do not make a noise. Because these are all first person, second person, third person in the form plural, exception to I, that is first person. Interrogative sentence, the formula is do or does according to the form. That is, if the person is third person singular, we have does. If it is plural or other persons, we will have do. Do plus subject plus verb plus object plus question mark. For example, do I learn tenses? Do we learn tenses? Do you learn tenses? Do they learn tenses? I am simultaneously teaching you or making you to understand not only the tenses, even also the formation of the different types of sentences. They are affirmative sentences, negative sentences, interrogative sentences, that is interrogative questioning also. For example, negative. For example, does he or does she or does Ramesh learn tenses? Look at. Negative interrogative sentence, see, do not or does not plus subject plus verb plus object. Subject is I, you see, verb is do not, and the object is T. Or in the above sentences, we can, I do not like tea. Look at the sentence. That is different. Do not you like tea? Do not I like tea? Or does he not read a story? So this is how the negative interrogative sentence or example for the sentence. Past indefinite tense. Affirmative sentences, here subject plus verb plus object. He is subject, flew is verb, a kite is object. This is how you can easily frame the sentences in the past indefinite. There must be one subject and the verb and the object. If there is no object, no problem. For example, I read, I like, but I like what? I like film. So here he flew a kite. The negative sentence, the formula is subject plus did not plus main verb plus object. Example, I is subject, did not is negative form, drive is main verb, a car is object. Interrogative sentences. I am speaking about the past tense and also the types of the sentences. Interrogative sentences, here the formula is did plus subject plus main verb plus object plus question mark. Example, did, that is plus you subject plus read main verb plus object this book, and there is a question mark at the end of the sentence. So this is how interrogative sentence in the past tense. Negative interrogative sentences. Did plus subject plus not plus main verb plus object plus question mark. Example, did is an auxiliary, you subject, not is negative form, plus when is main verb, the price is object. Future indefinite tense. Again here affirmative sentence, subject plus shall bar will plus main verb plus object. Look at here, I shall write a poem. Usually we use shall for the first person singular. I shall. So it is more future. I shall write a poem. Suppose you want to say it in the negative form, I shall not write a poem. So the formula is subject I, shall auxiliary, auxiliary means helping verb, the negative form not, write the main verb plus object a poem. Interrogative sentences, shall or will plus subject plus main verb plus object plus question mark. For example, shall I write a poem? Look here, shall that we have taken, I is subject, write is main verb, a poem is object and the question mark at the end. So we have the interrogative sentence or question sentence, that is, shall I write a poem? Negative interrogative sentences, we add only the not form, remaining are same, shall or will plus subject plus not plus main verb plus object and the question mark. Shall I not write a poem? Shall is a future helping verb, I is subject, not is negative form, write is verb, main verb, a poem is object and the question mark. For materials and the details, you can follow the blog link given below, that is lmmarvinthorpe.blogspot.com. Thank you very much.